Hello and welcome to another review of the classic Coca-Cola can, and yes, I've done it again. I've fooled you in that regard, haven't I? I'm not reviewing a can of classic Coca-Cola. I'm actually reviewing these ladybird books of how it works. Now, let's just move things to one side of it and zoom out a bit. Yeah, for some reason ladybirds seem to have decided to send themselves up. If you're in America, I don't know if they call themselves ladybug, but in Britain a ladybug is called a ladybird. I've no idea of why we've got such an obvious difference for the same creature. I mean, it's just a little, whoops, knocked the camera away, don't I? It's just that little thing, in case you're wondering if you're not familiar with either name. But yeah, ladybird are well renowned for their educational books, and in this case they seem to be taking the mick out of themselves here. Here we have one of their How It Works series. In fact, I think they're all the How It Works series. The brother, the sister, the cat, the dog, the baby, the grandparent, the Ladybird Book of the Ex, the Ladybird Book of the Nerd, the Ladybird Book of the New You, the Ladybird Book of the Quiet Night In, the Rock Star, the Ladybird Book of Balls, which does sound like a bit of a worrying title. But yeah, they sort of life. I knew them when I was in school, primary school specifically, and maybe even nursery school. For these sort of books, they were sort of early learning type books, and they're basically laid out as such. You've got, in this particular case, the bus stop queue, rather 1950s, 1960s style of art and whatnot there. This is all about the brother. The butler is greatly acknowledged assistant provider Dr. Chris Packett, acting up senior sibling of Kane, the Consanguine Aggression Information Network, in preparing this book. And the publishers are actually Ladybird Books Limited from Loughborough, printed in England, if wet, Italy. Which does make you wonder where it was actually printed, because it's always wet in England. Yeah. Now this is labelled as a Ladybird book for grown-ups rather than for children. It is basically riffing on themselves, their own style of books from when I was a kid. I don't know if they still produce them or not, because I don't have kids of my own, so I can't really say. But it was always done in this kind of layout. There I go, knocking the camera again. What they need is the Ladybird Book of the clumsy oaf behind the camera, doing point of view reviews of various different products, hitting his own camera with his clumsy hands. But this is the setup. You will always have one page of artwork and then some descriptive text here. So, this is a brother. He shares half of his DNA with you. Assuming, of course, he is your brother and he's not adopted. But he will not share any of his bubble mixture. Greedy little so-and-so. And so it continues like this. One boy pouring water over his sister's back. Ken will come to regret this in approximately 2048 when he needs to borrow £200 from Joy to get his van through its MOT. For those outside the UK, MOT stands for Ministry of Transport, and in this particular regard it's referring to the test that your vehicle has to go through at least once a year in order to determine if it's still roadworthy or not, or if it has any faults that need fixing. Can be a bit irritating, but better to be safe than sorry. Did I just turn 2 pages there? No, I didn't. Okay, so here we have yet another one. We have a boy with a book on fishing by, is that Fly Fishing by J.R. Hartley? Never mind. Aisling, or however you pronounce that, has a butterfly book. Ryan has a book about fish. Ryan has decided that it's not fair for a reason that will become no clearer over the next 6 days of his going on and on about it. Yeah, you can tell that's a spoiled little brat. And here we have Brandon. Brandon's sister wants her coat back, but he is keeping it because he knows how much it annoys her. Yeah, I think they've just... that looks more like King Louis the something or other of France, to be honest, but or somebody from that kind of period and that kind of royalty period. Oh my god. Now I'm looking at this through the viewfinder, which makes it very difficult to sort of tell in all regards what the hell is going on here, but we have an Indian being attacked by a cowboy on horseback, people jumping out of a car, which seems to be part of a film set, a man falling to his death on another film set, you would assume, and a woman being attacked by wolves. Jumping off things, sliding down things, drinking magic potions made of vinegar and mud, going over there and punching Dean Haggett. There are plenty of things which an older brother can persuade a younger brother or sister to be the first to try. Yeah, in my experience, I was usually trying to get my sister to get the hell out of my bedroom. That never worked. She always seemed to prefer being in my room to hers. Never figured out why. Jessica has told her little brother Trevor everything she knows. Just as a case in point, although you obviously can't see this, his face here, their facial recognition on the camera has picked it up. Will it pick it up for her? No. It recognises Trevor, it does not recognise Jessica. If he ever makes a career out of rude armpit sounds and stealing sugar sachets and calves, she hopes he will remember who it was who got him there. Yeah, so that's some details about the brother, and there's me hitting the camera again. It's a similar story with the sister, but for some reason the shop I got these from decided to put the price label right over the sister's face, so yeah. It's not exactly an easy peel label either. Let's just see, is there any particular reason for them to cover over her face? None whatsoever. So how it works, the sister. Let's just move things back a bit so that I don't hit the lens. And as you can see, exactly the same beginning artwork. Exactly the same sort of information that we had before. This time the publishers gratefully acknowledge assistance provided by Diane, the sibling goodwill ambassador Biggest Sis, the big British international group of sisters in solidarity, in compiling this book. And you know, I've got a feeling that they're making these names up, because I'm pretty sure that acronym has just been made up for the sheer sake of shits and giggles. But let's see what we've got this time. We've got a sister looking out of her barn at her brother who's hidden not too well behind a whole load of cut down trees. This is a sister. Wherever you go, whatever you do, a sister will always be there. Which can get really annoying. Yes, anybody who's got a sister knows that. And we've got a brother and a sister looking over a kite and instructions on how to make it. Great big pair of scissors, some glue, let's hope they've not been sniffing it, and there's some old newspaper that they're probably preparing everything on just to make sure that nothing gets stuck onto the good table, resulting in their mother having a fit of rage where she tears both of them a new one. It is the 5 minutes of the month where Anthony is not annoying his sister Annabelle. The rest of the time he calls her Anna Smell, hides her school bag, flicks at her chickenpox scars, and occasionally tortures her teddy bear with a fork. Those are all perfectly normal things to do. They play so nicely together, don't they? Say their parents. Obviously blind. Now what have we got here? Somebody committing suicide? Either she's committing suicide or somebody's forgotten to paint most of her bikini, because I'm pretty sure that's a bare backside, although it might be oh, what the hell, it's not like I can risk demonetization at this point because none of my videos are monetized. Yeah. Now it does look like there is some paint there to represent a bikini bottom. I'm just not convinced of what's going on here. Sisters like to have fun with their brothers. Let's jump over that hedge, says Zara to her little brother. Yes, let's, he says. You go first, says Zara. That's why I can only see bikini bottoms. That's not a girl, that's a boy. So it's not what I was thinking originally, which might be either a suicide attempt or somebody trying to seductively dive into the water to seduce somebody who's watching. Well, you never know, the little brother might be trying that. Oh, we've got the horsey girls. One on a white horse and one on a brown horse. Given the lack of obvious genitalia, I'm going to assume in both cases it's mares. These two sisters are very different. Megan, the red-haired one, likes running across the fields and whinnying. Lara, the lighter coloured one, likes eating whole apples and bales of hay. Their horses are also sisters. Wah, wah, wah! And what have we got on here? Oh, that looks like a cricket shirt to me, a cricket jumper. In a big family, brothers and sisters will often inherit a lot of hand-me-down clothes. When Colleen grows out of her brother Thomas's old jumper, she'll hand it on to her little sister Bridget. Bridget's wardrobe is so out of fashion she might as well go to school and double it in a ruff. Oh, one more before we try a different book here. What on earth? This is Alice in Wonderland, isn't it? They've borrowed things from Alice in Wonderland, or either that or they've managed to get a hold of the same crack cocaine that the writer was using. Because he spent all morning spoiling her marble run, Eva is making her big brother Barney sit through Thumbrella 3, Flight to the Marshmallow Rainbow. I'm pretty sure I've seen that movie. You don't need drugs to enjoy that because the movie itself is a drug rush. Eva does not really want to watch the film, but she does really want to watch Barney fuming. Bonnie will spend the next 6 weeks singing the big song from the film at her. Eva cannot win. One more. Uh-oh. It's obligatory. Here's a little girl with a little dolly and a pram type thing because we've got to teach gender stereotypes at some point. And let's face it, it's the period this kind of book would have came from. The original art is, assuming that's original art, probably would have been taken from a book teaching exactly that sort of lesson. So we've got the mother with a real baby and a real pram, and the daughter with a dolly and a fake pram, which could conceivably be used for a really tiny real baby, but probably not really. I don't know why you can't be nice to your little brother, says Maggie's mum. We all have to get along in this family. Maggie has never met her Uncle Pete because her mum pretends he lives in New Zealand. Oh dear. How it works. The cat. Now come on. Nobody can explain how the cats work. Nobody knows how a cat works. Nobody at all. Even the cats don't know how the cats work. They just know they want to take over the world. The publishers gratefully acknowledge assistance provided by Adrian Pooh, the last living human speaker of meow, in compiling this book. Let's see here. Here we have a little girl holding onto a sociopathic cat that's just dreaming of world domination if it can only figure out how to use the can opener. A pet cat can be great fun. Cats are warm and fluffy, like little cuddly toys, and their owners give them lots of time and affection. And just like cuddly toys, they do very little in return. Truer words were never spoken. Now here we have the dog looking over at all the attention the little kitten is getting. Over thousands of years we have developed a special relationship with the animals that share our homes. Dogs have evolved to serve many sorts of human needs, and humans have evolved to serve many sorts of cat food. Somebody here had a real sense of humour when they wrote these, didn't they? Now here we have a cat and a shower of kittens. Nazim knows of each of her pet cats has a different personality. Tell that to people who don't think pets have personalities. Mushrooms is aloof, Cuddles is remote, Penny is unapproachable, Mittens is unforthcoming, and Professor Snuggle Pumpkin is standoffish. So many characters, but Nazmin loves each and every one of them equally, to no discernible effect. Yeah, that's cats for you. Oh, how the hell am I supposed to pronounce that? Yeah, we've got a cat obviously hunting, and somebody tried to stop the cat from hunting. Ottolenghi, I'm assuming that's how you pronounce it, Ottolenghi is playing a game with a bird. The rules of the game are that the first animal to pick the other one up with its teeth and shake it until it's dead wins. Ottolenghi is disappointed. Wool never gives up like this. Is that the name of the cat or the name of the human? Who calls their cat Ottolenghi? I mean, seriously, give the cat a name that's pronounceable. Ugh. So let's see, we've got more kittens here with a mother and a cat. And as cats all know, milk is delicious, but apparently cats are allergic, they're lactose intolerant, so you shouldn't really serve them milk unless you want to kill them. Cats have sensitive tongues and noses so developed strong opinions about their favourite food. I'll try that again because that sounded terrible to me. Cats have sensitive tongues and noses so developed strong opinions about their favourite food. Yeah. So developed, you wanted to say there. Developed, but they've written it develop. Proofreaders, where are you? Actually, cats also have very sharp tongues. If you've ever been playing with a cat and they've decided to lick you, it's like being rubbed over with sandpaper. Ugh. It is a good idea to buy a cat. I'm losing the ability to use my tongue. It is a good idea to buy a lot of your cat's favourite food. That way, you will always have something to throw away when she changes her mind. Yeah, but that wasn't food, that was milk. In the jungle, the mighty jungle, the lion isn't there at all, because they're a desert creature. House cats belong to the same family as lions, cheetahs and leopards. When the council finds out where the family lives, they will almost certainly want to have a word. Oh look, it's Rosebud. This door does not have a cat flap, so it's hard for animals to get into the house. Dead voles, dead birds, dead rats and front halves of mice all have to stay on the doorstep along with the cat. And the cat hasn't actually brought any of those gifts today. This is the consolation of the cat. It can be seen in the night sky next to the constellation of the owners wanting to look up for the night and wondering where the cat has got to, and just under the constellation of the shed. Not depicted. Well, that's enough of the cat, because let's face it, that's just some idea of how the cat works, and I'm not going to go into too much detail here. We've also got the dog, we've got the baby, we've got the grandparent, with an old style, camping style coffee teapot type thing that you boil the water in first before pouring into the teapot or the cup to make the rest of the drink. The ex, let's just see, a random page here. Cheryl was surprised by Steve's reaction to her proposal. Yes, let's just see. The nerd, random page there. This is a toy shop. It has models of robots and superheroes. There are cars and dollies and fun things about popular television programs and cartoons and films. You can tell it's a toy shop. You can tell it's a toy shop and not a hobby shop because the members of staff do not have any piercings and their t-shirts do not look as though they have been through the wash 1,000 times. Yeah. Now you can still tell that this is the 70s because that looks like the $6 Million Man. What else have we got there? Looks like Basil Brush, which is a British TV legend from yesteryear. And yeah, very 70s sort of looking type stuff there. What else have we sort of bypassed in this regard? The baby. Let's just have a random look at the baby. Don't take random looks at the baby in real life because that's just wrong. Fafnir enjoys cage fighting and Norwegian black metal. Okay, it is about the baby. Poodle is a jazz clarinetist who spends his weekends restoring antique chessboards. They have almost nothing in common, but their babies are roughly the same age, so they spend at least 4 mornings a week attempting conversation at playgroups, playgrounds and playdates. It's mainly hell. And take a random look at the dog, in which case we get pretty much the first page. The dog is often called man's best friend. Dogs are reliable, loyal and loving like all best friends. They also smell like a bobble hat full of corned beef that's been left on a parcel shelf of a locked car for a fortnight during a hot spell. But there are some things you don't mention to a best friend. True enough. Grandparent the ex. Did we actually look at the grandparent there? Let's take another random look here. Patricia calls her son-in-law in September to ask whether he'd prefer kale or spinach with his beef on Boxing Day. She has to know now, so she can get the veg on, otherwise it might not be done properly. September 2, yeah, that is actually quite true of a lot of grandmothers I've known. They've boil all the nutrients and goodness out of the food for God knows what reason, because apparently boiling is good. The new you. Random page, what are we? Oh my god! What the hell? Okay, so that is basically corks, lots of corks from wine bottles and stuff like that, and then presumably some string attaching to all of these, I forget what the proper terms is, but this is stuff that needles and threads are usually wrapped around first before you actually run out of thread. Let's see, what does the text say about this monstrosity? The man running the course promised he could make Diane a new woman. Oh, good God. Right, let's just try randomly choose something else because there's got to be something better than that. I think some of the artwork has just been randomly chosen from anything and everything in some cases, especially for something as vague as the new you. This looks to be like something about ancient Greece, maybe? George is at a fitness and wellness camp. Oh no, sorry. George is at a fitness and witness camp. What the hell's a fitness and witness camp? Where he's doing daily Ayurvedic, I assume, kickboxing and high intensity impact meditation. He finds he is sleeping much better. This is because he's absolutely exhausted all the time. Yeah, that would certainly work. The Quiet Night Inn. Random page. Oh, we've gone towards the end. And that looks like an old woman dictating her last will and testament there. Julia does not want to go out to eat. She does not want to cook. She does not even want to order anything off this takeaway menu because it would mean getting up to answer the door in her bag of pyjamas and speaking. I've got some leftovers in a bag from last night, she thinks. If there are no witnesses, 2 nights of crisps for dinner is probably fine. I'll tell you this, the artwork is quite nice. The rock star, and there's Mozart, or Beethoven, or possibly a combination of both, who knows. A random page, oh my god, that looks like Shakespeare, but it's actually described as Dave Grohl Dave Grohl of the Foo Fighters is writing out the set lists for tonight's concert by hand. He will then tune the guitars, set up the drums, clean the hotel rooms of all his band and crew before meeting some fans. Dave Grohl is the nicest man in rock. He is definitely up to something. He's also a Jedi Master, don't you know? Well, at least some people think he is. After all, if he can fight off cocaine-induced hangovers and battle evil, then yeah, he probably is a Jedi Master. Let's see, what the hell is going on here? That looks to be London, Trafalgar Square specifically. How the hell did that ship get there? I think the Doctor is up to something here. Or the Doctor should be up to something. Yes, we need to ask her what she's been doing recently. Still can't quite get used to the fact that the Doctor is now a woman. Or as one of my friends on Facebook keeps saying, she's got tits now. Even though he is a very busy rock star, Bruce Springsteen, oh I should have known, does not like to fly in an aeroplane. When he needs to go to another country, he travels in his private boat. Today he has come to London to buy some Marmite. Oh god. Oh. And the Ladybird Book of Balls, and since that looks to be football or soccer to Americans, or anybody else outside the UK because they don't really feel like paying us royalties for the word football, I am legally obliged to hum the following theme. Was that grandson or is that match of the day? I can never remember. Anyhow, random page on the random book about balls, and it looks like a Subbuteo set in this case. Giving you all kinds of general information about how to actually form the proper lines for your play. So this is the 4-3-2 position because the goalie doesn't count. The goalie is in the nets all by himself. As literally the last man standing in case everybody else is so shit at their jobs that the opposite team gets through and tries to score. And then I think the goalie gets all of the blame. A person is considered to be starting an argument about the offside rule if when someone asks what is the offside rule. Oh good god. Right, you might not want to pay attention to this because this is going to go into a serious amount of waffle if I try to explain this because I don't understand it either. They are nearer to the television than both the person asking what is the offside rule and the second last person explaining the offside rule using empty beer cans and Pringles tubes, unless that person is not actively involved in the argument. Yes, the offside rule is impossible to explain, so let's move on to something else quickly. Yes, little boy here with a cricket bat that you're drawn for some reason. Let's just talk about you instead. Kieran's dad is looking after him for the weekend. Don't just sit and watch sport and ignore him, says Kieran's mum to Kieran's dad. He's got homework to do. It'll be fine, says Kieran's dad, which of course it will. Because the little boy is just going to draw a picture on a chalkboard and leave it at that. Why? Well, look at the time there. 23 minutes of waffling on about all of these different lovely books. And the thing is, this is just the tip of the iceberg. There are other books on similar features. I think there's actually quite a few of them. Although I haven't actually seen anything to indicate what other books are in this series. Oh, hang on. Here we go, on the back here. Other titles in Series 99. Not all of them. 2, 3, 5, 10 and 11. The Stepbrother. The Mate Who Knows a Bit About IT. The Colleague. The GBF. And the Boyfriend. And then it goes into different ones such as The Stepsister. The Shopping Buddy. The Colleague. The School Gate Mum. The Girlfriend. The Stick Insect. The Giant Squid. The Pet Rug. The Yeti. The Gremlin. The Fox. The Tasmanian Devil. Bush, the whatever the hell that is, starting with Push, the Cockatrice, the Extraterrestrial, Phone Home, and then various others, which I'm not going to bore you with, but suffice to say some of them are actually mentioned on the other book, so they must all be real. So that's the X, that's the one that got away as well. The Missed Opportunity, the Bedfordshire Beauty, Buddy, the Weekend Parent, and the Solicitor's Bill, although the Bedfordshire Beauty would also be somewhat appropriate, given that it's about exes and relationships, and obviously beauty will play a part in that somewhere. But at the same time, it would be oddly specific, because how many people outside of the UK will have heard of that place? What have we got here? We've also got Cosplay, the Cumber Bitch. Oh, yes, these are very modern. Get Lamp, the Dungeon Master, and all robot overlords, aka Arnold Schwarzenegger. Did he ever get over that virus he got? What was it called again? Republican.exe? Something like that. Then we've got the school night, doing the books, painting your nails, washing your hair and hiding, and this was in relation to the Quiet Night In. And again, that series 999999, yeah, it's all the same series, so despite the colour coding, they're all series 999, which is also the dial code for the emergency services in the UK. In America you dial 911 for the police, in the UK you dial 99, and then you're asked for either the ambulance, the fire brigade, the police, or possibly the Coast Guard, depending on what you actually need. Who for? Right. Oh, over 25 minutes of rambling on about these books. Tell me what you think below. I want to know. Share, subscribe, like, dislike, whatever. Let me know your thoughts. Bye, bye.